3 years ago, I lost one of my best friends since high school over a text message. Not because of what I said, because of how I reacted when I was angry. 2 minutes. That's all it took to destroy a 10-year friendship. And the worst part? I had no idea what I did wrong until 6 months later when I learned about this. It's called emotional intelligence, and here's the thing nobody tells you: the people at the top, the ones who get promoted, who lead teams, who actually succeed long term? 90% of them have high emotional intelligence. Not the highest IQ. Not fancy degrees. High EQ. And the reason most of us struggle in relationships, mess up at work, or feel constantly overwhelmed? We were never taught this skill. But once you get it, your relationships get deeper, you stop losing your temper over small things, and honestly, you just feel lighter. Let me show you exactly what changed for me. What actually happened, the relatable moment. So here's what went down with my friend. He canceled plans on me last minute, third time that month. I was furious. I typed out this long message about how he clearly didn't value our friendship, how I was always there for him but he was never there for me, just everything I was feeling, I dumped on him. Hit send. Done. He never replied. For months, I thought I was right. He was the bad friend, not me. Then one day I was listening to a podcast about communication, and the host mentioned emotional intelligence. Something clicked. I went down this rabbit hole and realized I wasn't wrong to feel hurt. I was wrong to let that hurt control me without thinking. Here's what emotional intelligence actually is. It's your ability to recognize what you're feeling, understand why you're feeling it, and choose how to respond instead of just reacting. That text message? Low EQ me felt hurt, so I attacked. High EQ me would have felt hurt, recognized I was hurt, and asked myself, is he actually a bad friend, or am I just upset right now? What's really going on? The moment that changes everything. Let me show you what this looks like when someone actually does it right. My friend Sarah got a text from her best friend canceling plans last minute. She felt that same anger I felt. But here's what she did differently. She started typing an angry response. Got halfway through. Then stopped. She thought, wait, why am I so upset? Is it really about these plans, or is it because I've been feeling lonely lately? Then she thought about her friend. She never does this. Maybe something's wrong. So instead of sending the angry text, she wrote, no worries. Is everything okay? Turns out her friend's mom had just been diagnosed with cancer. She was overwhelmed and didn't know how to tell anyone. That pause, that 5-second pause between feeling and reacting, that's emotional intelligence. And it saved their friendship. The 5 skills that actually matter. Okay, so emotional intelligence breaks down into 5 skills. I'm going to move through these quickly, but I want you to pay attention to which one resonates most with you because that's probably the one you need to work on first. Skill 1, self-awareness. This is knowing what you're feeling as you're feeling it. Here's how you know you're lacking this: you snap at someone, and later you think, why did I do that? That's because you weren't aware you were stressed, tired, or frustrated until after you'd already reacted. High self-awareness looks like this. You're in a meeting. Someone questions your idea. You feel your chest tighten, your face get hot. Instead of immediately defending yourself, you think, oh, I'm feeling defensive right now. Why? That awareness gives you options. Skill 2, self-regulation. This is managing your emotions instead of letting them manage you. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Low self-regulation, you're honking, cursing, maybe following them. High self-regulation, you notice the anger, take a breath, and let it go. Life is going to make you angry, scared, and frustrated. The question is, are you going to let those feelings make your decisions? Skill 3, internal motivation. Okay, I have to get personal here because I used to be terrible at this. I quit everything. Gym memberships I used twice. Spanish lessons that lasted 3 weeks. I even quit this YouTube channel twice before it stuck. Here's what changed. I stopped chasing outcomes and started connecting my goals to who I wanted to become. I didn't go to the gym to lose 20 pounds. I went because I wanted to be someone who keeps promises to himself. That's internal motivation. When your why is deep enough, you don't need external pressure to keep going. Okay, quick check-in, you still with me? I know this is a lot. But these last 2 skills, empathy and social skills, these are the ones that actually saved my relationships. So stay with me. Skill 4, empathy. This one changed my relationship with my dad. We barely talked for years, just surface-level stuff. Then one day he seemed really quiet on the phone. Old me would have just said, okay, talk later, and hung up. But I'd been working on this, so I asked, Dad, you seem off. What's going on? Turns out he'd been feeling lonely since my mom passed. He didn't know how to bring it up. That one question opened up a conversation we should have had years ago. Empathy isn't just understanding someone's feelings intellectually, it's actually feeling with them. It's putting your phone down, looking at someone, and being present. That's the difference between having 100 acquaintances and having people who actually know you. That conversation with my dad was terrifying to start. But it's proof that one moment of empathy can change everything. Which brings me to the last skill. Skill 5, social skills. This is how you use everything else in your actual relationships. It's knowing how to disagree without making someone feel attacked. How to give feedback that helps instead of hurts. How to make people feel good about themselves when they're around you. People with strong social skills are the ones everyone wants on their team, the ones people trust, the ones who somehow make difficult conversations feel less scary. Why this actually matters? Look, I'm going to be straight with you. Emotional intelligence is the difference between the career you want and the one you settle for. People with high EQ get promoted faster not because they're smarter, but because they handle pressure better, communicate clearly, and actually understand the people around them. In relationships, EQ is everything. You can be successful, attractive, interesting, but if you can't manage conflict, communicate your needs, or understand your partner's emotions, you're going to struggle. And personally, high EQ means better mental health. You're not constantly overwhelmed by emotions you don't understand. You bounce back faster. You make better decisions because you're not operating out of fear or anger. How to actually build this, starting today. Here's what I did, and here's what you can start tonight. Tonight before bed, set a timer for 5 minutes and answer 3 questions. What emotions did I feel today? What triggered them? How did I respond, and would I do it differently now? 5 minutes. That's it. Just prove to yourself you can do this once. Tomorrow night, do it again. This one practice will build your self-awareness faster than anything else. Practice the pause. Next time you feel a strong emotion, anger, fear, excitement, count to 5 before you respond. In those 5 seconds, ask yourself, is this response going to help or hurt? That pause is where emotional intelligence lives. Listen like you actually care. Next conversation you have, try this, don't think about what you're going to say next. Just listen. Try to understand not just their words, but what they're feeling. You'll be shocked how much this changes your relationships. Get uncomfortable and ask for feedback. Go to someone you trust and ask, "How do I come across when I'm stressed?" Or, "Do you feel heard when we talk?" It's going to be awkward. Do it anyway. You can't fix what you can't see. Real talk, think about the last time you reacted emotionally and later wished you'd handled it differently. What would you do now if you could go back? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and honestly, your stories help other people realize they're not alone in this. Here's what I want you to understand: that friendship I lost 3 years ago? I can't get it back. But every day since then, I've gotten better at this. I've saved relationships that would have ended. I've had hard conversations that actually brought people closer instead of pushing them away. You're going to mess up. You're going to react instead of respond. That's part of being human. But every single time you pause, every time you choose awareness over reaction, you're building this skill. And you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't already willing. So start small tonight. 5-minute journal. Be patient with yourself. And watch how everything begins to shift. If any part of this hit home, especially the stuff about my dad or that friendship I lost, do me a favor and hit that like button. It tells me you connected with this, and honestly, that means something. And if you want more content on building the skills that actually matter in life, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourself and keep growing.